Hello kids, welcome back to the virtual learning experience of GBN Senior Secondary School. Today in class 5 EVS, we are going to discuss about a very delicious topic. Yes, you have heard it right. Ma'am have named the topic as delicious. Why not? Why can't we name a topic as delicious when we're talking about food? Right, we are going to talk about food today. What is food? Very much aware to all of you, whatever we eat to get energy, kind of nutrients, that is food, correct? Now, the first thing when we talk about food comes to our mind is taste. The yummy taste of all our favorite food items like gulab jamun to sambar to idli, etc. I'm naming my favorite food items. You must be thinking about your own favorites, right? So, my question here is how we are able to taste the food. One of the very simple answer coming from your side would be by the help of tongue. We have already studied in the previous class about sense organs. Correct, completely right. But what is a special thing present in the tongue which helps us to taste? Because we are not having only one type of taste, we are having several types of taste. So, ma'am is going to show you a diagram for that. Here it is. In this diagram, you can see there are different colors showing the different taste buds, the areas of the tongue. Correct? So number one is this orange area, which is for the bitter taste. Then is the red taste area, which is for sour taste. Then comes the sweet area, which is for all your sweet cakes and chocolates and candies. Then is the greenish part in the lower portion of the tongue, which is for the salty taste. Now the question is, what happens to the food? And right, when we eat food, where does it go? We are going to understand that by the help of a process known as digestion. My dear children, digestion means breaking down of food into simpler substances, converting them into the nutrients required by the body. Correct? So, the digestion begins in our mouth and it goes on step by step in our body in various other processes. And I'm going to explain you them right now. Here in front of my screen, you can see mouth is there. Number one, from where the digestion begins is mouth. We've already studied about the tongue, and then we are going to talk about teeth and saliva. Teeth helps in chewing the food, in breaking down the food. With the help of teeth, the food becomes very much compressed and easy to swallow. Then is saliva. What is saliva? Saliva is a watery substance present in the mouth which even increases when we talk about our favorite food, right? Saliva is produced by the salivary glands which are placed here below the jawline. They are in pair, two salivary glands this side, and they produces saliva. Correct? Saliva actually helps to moisten the food present in the mouth, due to which the chewing of food becomes easy. Right? Now, this semi-digested food goes from mouth to food pipe. When the food goes in the food pipe, the motion of the food pipe is contracting, expanding. So this way the food moves to the stomach. This special motion is known as peristaltic motion. In stomach, there are several gas acids released by it. Stomach releases HCl and digestive juices to break down the food, right? This HCl stands for hydrochloric acid. From the stomach, the food goes to intestines. When we are talking about intestines, human body is having two intestines, small intestine and large intestine. In the small intestine, food is further digested and it is absorbed. In large intestine, all the necessary water is digested and absorbed. It's actually absorbed by the large intestine. Then the food goes to anus. This food which we are moving from intestine to anus is a waste substance for human body. We do not require it, and from anus it is removed out from the body. Then we have already discussed the digestion. We need to give a term in which the food is stored in our body, and the term for that is glucose. You must be seeing glucose commercials coming on the TV screens, and you have seen some patients. If you have seen in hospitals, there is a bottle of glucose which is dripped into the body and that goes inside. Yes, that is also glucose which is stored in the body from the digested food in the form of glucose. Completely right. But I have to tell you, how can we avoid the situation of being hospitalized in cases of dehydration? But for that, you need to understand what is dehydration. Hydra means water, okay, and dehydration means a state in which body loses lots of water. That could be because of any reason, because of not having water for several hours, because of having loose motions or vomiting. Diarrhea also is one of the common reason for that. In any such situation, when the body loses lot of water, it comes into the category of dehydration. Correct? So we have to keep a track on our water usage. We should increase the amount of water we drink daily. Plus, if there is a person in our surrounding, in our family, who is suffering from these diseases like loose motion or from vomiting or dehydration because of sunstrokes, then we should give them ORS. What is ORS? Oral rehydration solution. What is oral rehydration solution? Rehydration is refilling the water content, refilling the water volume in the body by adding little bit of salt, this much of sugar, and then 1 glass of water, right? Half tablespoon of salt, 1 or 2 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 glass of water. Mix it really well and give to the person suffering from diarrhea. You will see that within few hours he or she will start recovering. So in these summers, diarrhea is quite common. We should take complete rest while that, and we should take good amount of food. Now, when it comes to good amount of food, we should know what is balanced diet. By the name itself, it means like balancing. It's kind of a spring balance. Like if this is large, this is less, how to balance that? Balancing here means we have to take all the nutrients in proper amount. What is a proper amount? Correct? You cannot measure your chapati or your vegetable like this much gram of vegetable. Yes, you cannot. But you can actually plan a meal for yourself, for your family members, in which you can see whether all the food groups are there or not, all the nutrients are there or not. So for that, ma'am is going to tell you about balanced diet. Here in this slide, balanced diet is written and all the names of the nutrients. Number one, fats, vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, fats and minerals is written. Now I'm going to give you a tip to plan a meal for yourself. Clear? First about yourself and then you can pursue after learning more about balanced diet. So you need to include all these nutrients in your diet each time, in the breakfast, in the lunch and in the dinner. Now, which carbohydrate, protein, mineral, fat, vitamin, which nutrient did you specifically require? Being in the age group of growing children, you need more proteins. That means you should increase the usage of milk. If your mama or papa are not drinking that amount of milk, like 2 to 3 glasses per day, that's fine. 1 glass will also work for them. But for you, more usage is required. And carbohydrates are our energy providing food. So for energy, we require maximum carbohydrates. So one bowl of curry or one bowl of vegetable is enough, but at least 2 to 3 chapatis are necessary based on their size and their thickness because they are providing us energy, carbohydrates. They are rich in carbohydrates. When we talk about vitamins and minerals, these are what? These are protective foods. So if we'll have one green leafy vegetable or one kind of fruit in a day, that will also fulfill the requirement of our protective food. Now coming back to fats, on an average 3 to 4 tablespoons of fats are enough for us to sustain, because more than that requires a good amount of exercise. So the children or athletes who are in lots of vigorous physical activities, they can even have more fats. But those who are not doing too much of physical activities, they should reduce the consumption of fats. When we are discussing about balanced diet, there comes a question in your mind. It might come that what if we do not have balanced diet? What will happen then? Then you may suffer from deficiency diseases, about which we will be studying in our next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Good eating habits are must. Plan a meal for yourself, and we'll get back discussing about deficiency diseases.